Have you ever just spent like 4 or 5 hours scrolling on social media and you're like, wait, where did the time go? Like, have I really just been sitting here scrolling for that long? Just mindlessly watching all the videos, liking them, moving on, going through the comments, reading some comments. You might need a social media detox. So if you haven't heard already, there's like a ton of videos out about doing a social media detox. But just to break it down real quick, it's when you either take time off or reduce the time that you spend online and on social media, and even possibly on your phone, just in general, because that's what most people tend to use their phone for social media. So a lot of times they'll see that how often they pick up their phone and stuff will reduce as well. Um, so I want to explore a few things that I don't see people really talking about when they bring up a social media detox. Because a lot of them be like, oh, because you're just scrolling, comparing yourself to other people and making your self-esteem low. But that's not necessarily everybody who is going on social media just to compare themselves to other people. One thing that I have noticed in people who use social media and who are on their phone a lot is that there's a disconnect between their everyday reality. And I hate to say it, but sometimes I see that these people don't get a lot of connection from family and friends. They're missing a lot of day-to-day social interactions and just togetherness. And social media can be a kind of a bootleg way of getting that social connection. But humans, evolutionary wise, have always been together, present in the physical world with each other, sitting next to each other, playing with each other, hunting with each other. That's how we've kind of been wired to be. And so in the present day, we now have all this technology and phones and stuff. And I'm kind of noticing a pattern, and even with when I had those kind of problems, and even when I look at other people who spend a lot of time on their phones, or even playing video games as well, who will spend like most of the day just playing video games, is that these people are really deprived of healthy human connection. And that can kind of be hard to hear, because sometimes, people, when they talk about social media detox, like, just, oh, you're comparing yourself, oh, you're just draining your time, oh, this, oh, that. But people don't really understand why they keep going back. Because there's some people who tried to do a detox before, or try to reduce how much time they're spending, online. But they can't figure out, why do I keep going back? How do I keep ending up mindlessly scrolling for hours every day? And it's because you're missing human connection. And social media is a way to, it's like you're kind of micro-dosing it. So instead of when, let's say, you're with somebody, right, and they're filling up your cup, you two are having a great time, that fills up your connection needs. And you need to be listened to and heard, it's gonna fill that cup up a lot quicker. But when you're on social media and you're scrolling, and the only way you're being heard is through a comment on a TikTok video, it's not gonna fill up your heart. It's not gonna easily meet your needs. So you're gonna have to scroll through hundreds of videos in order to get your cup even halfway full. And so a lot of people don't know, like, why am I scrolling so? It's because you need human connection. And that might be very hard to hear for my introverted people, for people who are in hermit mode. But spending a lot of time on social media, on video games as well, like, that is, I hate to say it, but that is almost kind of like a cry for help. And so you need to get outside. You need to go pick up the phone and call people and talk to people so that you can get your human emotional needs of connection, because we've always lived in tribes. We always lived in pairs and with families. We go to schools where we're with hundreds of people in our class. You go to work, 9 times out of 10, even people who work from home still have to get on calls and talk with other people. It's very important to make sure that you're getting those needs met, because when you aren't, it ends up turning into things like this, where you're on a device for hours upon hours every day, trying to get a dopamine hit. Really, you're just looking for a connection because you're not getting healthy connection from your day-to-day life. And so I kind of want to challenge you to, for 7 days, to go seek out human connections that are healthy. Because the whole nother thing is that if you're having unhealthy human connection, again, your cup is still not being full. Like, your heart still want to feel genuine connection. And so if you're in, for instance, in relationships that aren't genuine or aren't clicking, you're gonna end up scrolling online. Don't get me wrong, online connection is very important and it's very helpful as well. But getting your day-to-day connection, real life, present life connection, it's just important, and actually, in my opinion, more important. Another thing is that I want to bring up is that on social media, there's so much information, and even though I know that we're going through a lot of things in the world and people are being hurt and that there are a lot of bad things going on, when you're sitting on the phone every day and you're seeing videos, somebody got shot, oh, this place got robbed, oh, this country is getting bombed, oh, this is happening, oh, that person car blew up, this didn't happen. When you're just constantly scrolling and seeing a bunch of negative stuff, all that's gonna do is make you stressed. all that's gonna do is put a weight and a burden on you about things that you can't control. Because whether people want to believe it or not, it's certain things that we cannot control. There are a lot of people hurting that you cannot save. You can't save everybody who is hurting. And that is a hard one for people to hear. They feel like, oh, I'm on this planet, so it's my problem. As a you cannot burden yourself with 8 billion other people's issues. Everybody is going through something. Everybody is going through something bad behind the scenes. And if you scroll all day, watching a bunch of negative stuff, all you're going to do is make yourself feel guilty because you cannot save 8 billion people from the tragedies that are going on in their life. You probably can't even save 100. And that's the very hard thing that people don't like to hear. And I unfortunately see people lashing on to negative mindsets because all they see is people getting gunned down, people getting stabbed, shot, killed, art. That's all that they see every day. And so they just sit and be stressful and have anxiety and always on 10 because they're going on social media and burdening themselves with problems that they have no control over. So that's a whole nother situation with social media. But as far as doing a 7-day detox, so I want you to take 7 days off from social media and pick up a book instead. So when you're trying to go social media and scroll through TikTok, see what's going on, go pick up a book. Go pick up a book instead and use that time to read. Turn on some calming music. Read you a bookie book instead. Now, that's a lot easier said than done. So, an app that I really recommend is called Opal. And Opal, kind of like the gym, OPAL, and it is an app and a website kind of mix that will block websites and apps so that you can't use them. They have a free version, but they also have a premium. I recommend getting the premium because you get like a hard mode where it makes it harder for you to like try to open the app. So for example, if I remember right, on the free account, it'll give you like a little notification saying, hey, you're not supposed to be on this app. Click like, and it's a button at the bottom that says, like dismiss. So obviously if you dismiss it, then you could just go right back into the social media apps that you're not supposed to be on. If you get the premium version, you get to set, it's a different setting where you can't click that dismiss button for the notification. It completely locks you out of the app for a certain amount of time. And so It also have a timer too, a timer setting as well with the premium version. So I definitely recommend downloading Opal and paying for their premium version. But again, they also have a free if you just want to use the free one. But so that way you can actually have boundaries and structure, because people just be like, oh yeah, get off of social media, but they don't give you something that will actually help you set that boundary and structure and keep yourself on track. Another thing is toss the phone away, out of sight, out of mind. Like if I'm in a living room, I can just go and put my phone in the bedroom and I won't really think about it too much. Especially like if I turn the TV on or if I grab a book, I'm not going to be thinking about my phone that much. Versus if it's sitting right in front of me. If it's sitting right in front of me, then I just want to pick it up and then, oh, la 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 la. So definitely recommend downloading Opal and putting your phone in a different room. And so as you go through this, you'll kind of notice you're being more productive, getting a lot more done. And something just reminded me of, because I live where we get a lot of hurricanes, and so like the power and electricity would go out, and so I had to involuntarily do some phone and social media detoxes because the power would be out due to like hurricanes and bad weather and stuff, where I definitely had to go like 2 weeks without power or cell service. So I had to unfortunately do a social media detox. I read so many books in that time. Like I got through all of like the finance books that I had wanted to read. Got through all of them because I literally had nothing else to do. There was no electricity, no power, so couldn't really use my phone, couldn't watch TV. So I just like got through all of my books. So definitely recommend for you to do a 7-day challenge. Download Opal. Put your phone in another room, out of sight, out of mind. And really try it and see how much of a difference it'll make in your life and how much you're able to get done. And just be okay with boredom as well. Sometimes there won't be anything to do. You've done everything. You did all the chores that you need to do, ran all your errands, did this, did that, and there's like nothing else left to do. So also getting okay with being bored. But wish you well on your challenge. Let me know in the comment section how it goes. But yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.